Well, Richard, Kristen, how's your time been experiencing this movement, this amazing movement in England?
I've had a very good time. Was not exactly sure what I was going to expect. I had a couple things in mind. Likened it to uncovering a treasure, and as of about halfway through, I still hadn't seemed to have that treasure uncovered. Came to find that it really had been in some ways, and and it continues to be.
Yeah. I think it really helped me grow in my faith.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was having some things kind of blocking my growth, and was able to identify them and understand why I had things blocking, and how to push that forward. I think also with the group that I'm helping lead, it made me understand why things that had been going really well suddenly just weren't. A lot of it had to do with the organic model becoming much more programmatic, and the students that we're working with they were sensing that before the adults were, and were really trying to tell us that, but they didn't have the right words, and now I think I have the right words for them. So that'll help our ministry to them.
I think about Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, where it talks about transformational change, the renewal of your mind, a different way of thinking. Have you experienced any different way of thinking that would change the way you think, that you do ministry, the way that you perform or behave?
Mm-hmm.
You want to go first?
Sure. I think during this experience, it's really made me understand that God really speaks to people in different ways, and that just because it's not a way that you, the typical way you think most people say, well, you do this and you do that, and that's how God approaches you and you approach God. That people need to know that there's different ways that God tries to speak to them, and understanding who kind of you are. God knows who you are. So He will be able to speak to you through your personality, your interests, and sometimes will show up in ways that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing I think I can bring back. We're always trying to work with our students on, how can you encounter God more? How can you be in this Word more? And I think I'm starting to understand that you've got to figure out what works the best for you. Something that might work best for one person may not work the best for you. And then when you figure that out, then you can be with God more. Your relationship can grow.
I would say for me, that verse talks about being transformed by the renewal of your mind. I don't know that I've had any transforming in my mind, in my thinking, more affirming that the way I have been thinking and the opportunities for ministry and equipping the saints is there, that I've been, as I've considered those opportunities and the way to go about it, I've been on the right track, and so in a sense it's transforming in the sense of encouragement and keep moving forward in a sense.
So would you recommend something like this experience to other church leaders?
Yes.
Absolutely. Already did before I left for Sheffield. Before I came here, I had already recommended it, but all the more recommendation going to be coming.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, there's several couples and individuals that are either they're not all necessarily staff, but are definitely leaders in our congregation that we're going to encourage them to come next time.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.